Hi YouTube, it's Adrienne. I am 20 weeks pregnant, well 20 weeks and 2 days to be exact, and so I'm officially halfway, which is so crazy. Let's see, I'm just going to try to get right into my symptoms for the week. I did have one more night where I had that restless leg syndrome thing going on again. And this, I don't know if this is true or if this is even a possibility, but I think I may have made a connection between that restless leg syndrome and these specific prenatal vitamins that I take. When I originally went to my first prenatal appointment, the doctor had just given me this huge bag full of samples, and so for the longest time I've just been taking all these random prenatal vitamins that I had samples for. And I also called in, of course, and had them call in a prescription for me, and the ones they gave me, they're just called Prenatal Plus, and they're just a regular prenatal vitamin. And the last time I took one of those, I got that restless leg thing. And I started wondering, was that what I was taking those other times that I had gotten it? So last night I took a different prenatal vitamin and it didn't happen. And so tonight I am going to try taking that other prescription one again. And if it happens again, I am just going to equate it is the cause, which would just be crazy, because I tried Googling it and I didn't really find anything on it, but that doesn't mean, you know, that it's not possible. So that's my plan as far as that goes, because honestly that sucks so bad. It's the worst. It really is. It's like, it drives me crazy. I don't know how people like live with that deal with it like all the time in their lives. It is frustrating. And I know there's like prescriptions to like stop it, but obviously I don't want to go there. So the other thing that I've definitely noticed in the last week is I feel big. I've noticed that when I am like bending over cleaning, or like getting up out of the car, or like switching from side to side in the middle of the night now, I notice myself grunting a lot, which is, you know, so beautiful of a noise to make, but I'm just like, ugh, 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 because I feel that, you know, the belly's really starting to like get in the way of things. And so that's just a recent thing that started in the last week, I think. And the other thing that I've experienced in the last week that I haven't really experienced thus far is a little bit of acid reflux. And I still feel very, very fortunate, because in some of my previous pregnancies, I had it so severe. Anything would cause it. Milk, like the most neutral foods, and I would still get acid reflux, and it would be burning. I mean, my throat would just burn like so bad. And I actually did end up getting like a prescription strength antacid in one of my pregnancies, because it was seriously out of control, and it had started really early on in that pregnancy. So this time, you know, I was kind of foolish and thought maybe I've avoided this time. I think like I'm not experiencing it, so maybe it's just not going to happen. And I have probably 2 or 3 different days where I do have it just a little bit. It's not even bad enough to the point where I've had to take anything for it, because I would probably reach for Tums first, but it hasn't gotten bad enough that I've really felt the need for any medicine, but I've definitely felt it. And I think both times that I remember, I had eaten like a sort of tomatoey, like spaghetti sauce, or like some tomatoes in a salad. And so I think it's definitely like the acidity of the tomatoes that has done it for me. So possibly trying to avoid eating that type of food right before bedtime will be my best bet, so that I don't have to deal with that, because once again, a really crappy symptom of pregnancy that nobody wants to go through. So other than that, everything else has really stayed the same. I have been feeling the baby move a lot more, and last night Ian was really able to feel him kicking quite a bit. I just laid down, because that's normally when he starts to really move around, is when I first lay down at night. And so I had just laid down and he just started kicking and kicking, and I put my own hand down there and I could just feel very clear thump, thump, thump against my hand. And so I hurried and called Ian over, and he sat there for a good 5 minutes and felt him move numerous times. So it was really cool. And he's definitely getting strong in there, which is nice. It's such a reassuring feeling to feel the baby move around. It just makes you feel like he's in there kicking and he must be doing good, and just probably feels like he's living in a mansion, because I picture like my uterus has been stretched out so many different times that he's just like, oh, it's nice and roomy in here. I'm just moving all over the place. Like, I just have this like oversized uterus. I don't know. I'm sure it probably does lose some of its elasticity from being stretched and like this so many different times, like a hair band, you know. It just isn't ever quite the same after that first time that you stretch it out. But I'm sure he's just loving it in there. So anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much all I have to update you guys on, is those fun few symptoms that I've had. Yeah, that's kind of a boring vlog. Oh, I did want to update you guys and tell you that yes, we are still not nursing. We've managed to make it now a good like 3 or 4 weeks, I think. So I think that's over. This is kind of a funny story, but so the other night, Vivian, my 1-year-old, she just spiked a fever out of nowhere, and she had had a bit of a cold for a few days, and then she just got this fever out of nowhere where her nose had been really runny, and so I automatically just knew it's got to be an ear infection. You know, I've gone through this so many times with so many different kids. I like diagnose my own children before I take them to the doctor, and it's like always what I thought it was. But so I just knew it was an ear infection, but she was miserable. She didn't want me to leave her side. You know, I couldn't set her down. She was just so fussy, and I was losing my mind, and I had gotten her nuzzled up next to me, and she was pulling at my shirt, and I had this like relapse where I thought, maybe if I just nurse her just this one time, because she's feeling so icky, that I can get her to go to sleep, and then that will be it. You know, I won't do it again. It'll just be this one-time thing. I know. I already got chewed out by my husband for that one. But so I took my boob out, and she just like stared at it and kind of like poked at my nipple. Like, she was just like confused. Like, she didn't know what to do with it, and then she totally like pulled my shirt back up over it. Like, she put it away from me, like, get that thing out of here. What the heck, man? Like, way to make things awkward, Mom. Just put your boob in my face, you know. It just shocked me, and like it partially made me sad. Like, I was like, oh my God, she's done. She's over it. And then part of me was really relieved and felt happy that I wasn't feeling like I've been like depriving her of this thing that she's just longing for, because all of a sudden I realized she doesn't even really remember what's going on. So it was just kind of an awkward moment. And then when I told Ian about it, he was just like, Are you serious? You seriously were about to do that again and have to start all over again with that whole process? What is wrong with you? But I'm sure some of you could probably relate to that feeling of just, you want to do whatever you have to do to make your kids okay. It's just what we do as moms. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though some of these things that we are willing to do are just outrageous, we're going to do them if it means our babies are going to be okay, right? Okay, so anyways, that was just a random story that I needed to throw in there and tell you guys about. But anywho, I am going to show you my belly now, and then that will be it for the week. So this is like true belly shot because I haven't eaten yet today. And this is my true 20-week belly. So there it is from the front. It's definitely really, really, really hard down there. He's hanging out low. I feel a lot lower during this pregnancy. Like, this is just really low this time around compared to last time. But then other times I look at pictures and I'm like, he's pretty straight out there. So I don't know. Anyways, guys, so that is it for my week 20 update. And I hope you all have a great week. I hope you all have recovered from Christmas. We finally got all our decorations and everything put away, so it's kind of nice to get back into the normal swing of things. I am in the process now of making Valentine's treats for all of my kids to take to school with them, because this is so off topic. I'm sorry, I'm going to ramble for a second. Those little boxes that they sell that have the little like note, and then you buy like some candy to put with it, they always have like 20 pieces to them, or just this random number, and there's always like a few more kids than the box comes with. You know what I'm saying? So I started thinking, like, this is going to cost me so much money. I have 4 kids in school this year, you know, even though they're preschool and kindergarten, and like they're still in school and they still do Valentine's. And so I'm like, I'm gonna have 4 kids that I need to buy these treats for, and this is gonna get outrageously expensive. So I just went and bought a bunch of bags and a bunch of chocolate and a bunch of cute little like grass, like red little paper stuff. And I'm making my own, and I got about 2/3 of the way through them last night. You guys, I'm doing 120 of these treat bags, and I'm getting these glimpses of like, oh my God, like we have a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I picture like a normal person with their like 50 or like 25 for like 1 kid, and here I am doing 120. And, you know, in a few years, it's going to be like 200 snacks that I have to make for people to take to school with them. So anyways, that's all. And sorry, I am random pregnancy brain lady lately. But anyways, guys, I'm going to stop now, and I will talk to you guys next week for my 21-week update. Bye, guys.